Hey everybody, it's Brooks here, Senior Pastor, First Baptist Church of the Islands. Thank you for joining me for today's 5 for 5. So I want to talk to you today about the topic of faith. But before I do, I want to remind you to be sure to watch this video all the way through to the end. I hope you do that anyway. But today especially, there's an announcement at the end of this. But before I get there, I want to talk to you about this topic of faith. I remember back when I was a kid, and Sunday has been the day that most of the NFL football games come on, and that's been the case for years and years and years. But when I was a kid, they were just starting with those Sunday pregame television shows on the networks, and one of those shows had a fella named Jimmy the Greek. Some of you may remember Jimmy the Greek. And he would have this kind of a rating system where he would rate each of the games, and he would evaluate the teams, like which of the two teams had the better offense, which had the better defense, which had the better special teams or coaching or what have you. But then he always had this category called the intangibles. And the intangibles were those things that you couldn't see. You couldn't really measure them easily, but you knew them when they were there. Well, I want to present to you today that faith is somewhat of an intangible, right? It's not a tangible object that we can look at. We can't take it out and hold it. It's not easy to measure, but you know it when you see it demonstrated. Right? Well, that's kind of, I think, what James is supporting in the book that bears his name, James chapter 2. In verse 18, he says, "But someone may well say, 'You have faith, and I have works. Show me your faith without the works, and I will show you my faith by my works.'" So what James was saying was, you are able to see faith when it is demonstrated. You can't take it out and hold it. You can't measure it with a tape measure, but you're going to know it when you see it demonstrated through works, through steps of faith. And here's what I want you to kind of put into focus today. I want you to think through, how can I demonstrate my faith in God today, specifically in my circumstances? Maybe it's by choosing not to worry. You're going to trust whatever it is that's creating anxiety and worry in you. You're going to entrust that to God, and you're going to choose a posture of joy. Maybe it's an actual step of faith out of your comfort zone. Maybe God is leading you to have a conversation with a coworker or to ask someone how you can pray for them. You're going to take that step of faith. Your faith in God, that He's going to be there for you, is demonstrated by that step of obedience. How can you take a step of faith today that tangibly, through your works, puts faith on display? That's what I hope you'll focus on today. And that's what I hope you'll put into practice. Well, I also want to share a bit of an announcement. For almost 3 years now, 3 years in March, we will have been doing these 5 for 5 video blogs, so to speak, these video devotionals as pastors, 5 pastors, 5 days a week, 5 minutes or less. We started these as a response to COVID, just a matter of weeks after COVID hit and most everything shut down. And even after COVID began to, for the most part, go away, in the way we knew it at least, we still continue to do these videos because we saw value. There's still value to them, but we feel as pastors that the time has come for us to bring our 5 for 5s to a close. And so this is going to be the last week of doing these 5 for 5 video devotionals. It has stretched every one of us. It has caused us to think through how we can challenge and encourage on a weekly basis in a very small, concise video format of 5 minutes or less. And I know for myself, I feel like I have grown immensely by doing these 5 for 5s. Well, there is a little bit of a tweak to it to some degree, that even though the 5 for 5s as we know it are coming to a close, I'm going to continue to hold my spot on Mondays and kind of recast much the same format. It's going to be very, very similar to what we've done, but we're going to change the name just a bit. And rather than being 5 for 5, it's going to be called Monday Focus. And so every Monday, my plan is to place another one of these videos in the same formats that we've done before, in the same platforms on our church Facebook page, as well as via YouTube. And I hope you'll be encouraged by it. They'll be 5 minutes or less, but I want to, every Monday, just give you a little something to focus on biblically, and that I hope will give you a lot to work on through the course of the week. It'll be your focus, right? Monday Focus, starting next Monday, and I hope you'll plan to tune in and to share it. You'll be encouraged by it. Hey, have a great day today. God bless you.